So there's this guy, Rupert Lowe, who's kind of going viral in UK because he has this Restore Britain political party or movement that he's kind of launching. Look, I don't actually know who this guy is, but I kind of want to see what this video is all about. And this one here has 35 million views. So I definitely want to see what he's all about. Obviously, I know the gist of it. He's, you know, pretty conservative, but I want to see exactly what he's got going on here. Actually, no, I think I already have it up on YouTube, maybe. It's just the quality on X isn't that great.
I have chosen to speak to you today from the farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about.
Right off the bat, when I think of like England or Britain, I do think of like farmland, right? I think of farmland. I think of hardworking people, kind of like middle America, kind of the area in between the coasts. And that's what I think of. I don't think of these big cities like London.
Duty, stewardship. This is the England I know, and this is the England that I love. On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations, in what you leave behind to those who come after you. And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. I'm now going to dedicate my life to finding, organising, funding, and providing hundreds of qualified candidates to present to the British people at the next general election.
Okay, so this guy himself is not running. I don't even know how Parliament works or how your guys' political system works, but it sounds like he's trying to get a bunch of like-minded people, kind of like the MAGA movement, and go with it that way. Now, let me know, is this guy an actual like politician, or is he an everyday person? I see that he's working on a farm. What is his background?
Process has already started, with invitations being issued to patriots in aligned political parties: Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP.
I know the Reform Party. That's Nigel Farage, right?
Politics. We will work in partnership with localised political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not...
Okay, it's like the Avengers of the right-wing political parties.
They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the past. They will be from business, from the military, from science, from medicine, from education, from industry, representing real communities up and down the country. Every single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment.
Thank you. I was waiting for him to get to that because that was clearly the direction he was going. That is the reason why Donald Trump was so popular. And yes, he was famous, and yes, he was rich, but he was definitely not political before he ran in 2016. I think this populist kind of movement is going to be sweeping Europe very soon. People like Giorgia Meloni in Italy is somebody who's very populist, but also very conservative. And they kind of go hand in hand these days, but it's not always that way. Look, as soon as a big player like Britain can go this direction, it's only a matter of time before France goes, before Spain and all these countries start falling in that direction. It will be like a snowballing effect. And I'm surprised that it didn't happen faster after Donald Trump was elected in 2016. There was way more pushback than I ever thought there would be. But I do think it is slowly starting to happen.
And every single one will understand the difficult decisions that need to be taken, because there are no easy fixes. I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now.
I mean, is this dude just like a fucking dad or what? He's just standing there with his stick on his farmland.
For the first time in a very long time, voters will have a genuine alternative which is truthful with them about the scale of what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more
obviously,
who stays in our country.
1A and 1B.
Will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it. Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported. The message will be unrelenting. If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed. For the foreseeable future, far more people must leave Britain than arrive. If a foreign national is unable to speak English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate.
I think that what he said there, failing to integrate, is the umbrella for the rest of that stuff. Because a lot of people, they're not coming here with good intentions to integrate into society and to become a productive member of society. No, they want to leech off and kind of be this parasite to this country that they see as rich and prosperous, and all that does is suck all the lifeblood out of it. And then before you know it, it is the UK that we know today, which is like an absolute shithole. And the United States isn't like that much better. It is better, but there is a lot of still of immigration problems, especially like everybody knows what's going on in Minnesota and all these Somalis. And what is it about Somalians that they feel the need to go into all these other countries when their countries are so great? Ilan Omar, tells us all the time that, Somalia is such a great country. And then why the fuck are they coming here into England and all these Western countries, these so-called developed countries, and trying to live off the system there? It kind of makes you wonder. But yes, the failure to integrate means that they don't want to learn the language. They don't want to uphold the values of that country. And I love to see this just as an American, from an American to a Brit. Americans and British are truly probably classically, maybe not so much these days, the biggest of allies. Such a strong brotherhood and sisterhood between the countries that it's really sad to see what England's become. Because yes, America is like the bigger country economically, military, but as an American, we always looked up to England as sort of like the big brother in a way, even though like in a lot of ways we surpass them, but they were still like our brothers. And to see them, the country kind of devolve into this like is really dystopian police state is really it's sad, and it's got to be scary for you guys too. So yes, I like what I'm hearing.
Commits crime or even actively,
I'm going to try not to pause it too much, but
wishes to do us
it's
harm,
hard.
Then they must leave or be made to leave. Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children. That I promise you. If that means millions go, then millions go.
Fuck them, right?
We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants.
That's the biggest fucking lie I've ever heard.
That's simply not true.
It's just like the Democrats in the United States. They want who's going to pick the fruit.
A radical overhaul
if it's not the Mexicans, right?
Delivered.
Get the fuck out of here.
Protecting those
racists
in need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It really is that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that you have to even come out and say something like that.
Vast economic incentives for men and women to start businesses, generate opportunities, build wealth, and create self-sufficient
This sounds so
families.
familiar.
Standing here today on the farm, I know exactly what it means to deal with energy bills, labor shortages, regulation, unproductive paperwork, planning restrictions, tax, and endless uncertainty. The state has definitively become the enemy of the people.
Yes! The state is the enemy of the people. It's not just like that there. It is that, well, it's basically that everywhere in the Western world and a lot of the Eastern world too. You know, I used to think the government was good when I was a kid. They just wanted to look out for you, but...
Restore Britain will burn away suffocating taxes on work and enterprise. We will slash unnecessary regulation. We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture.
It's so funny that he calls out HR, because I was making another video, because if you're new, I used to make a lot of videos about video games, and I still plan on covering video games, but from like a conservative angle. And like the HR thing, not in like a broad political sense, but just at the very least in a video game sense, is the most overbearing, fucking Karen, obsessive, offended, like useless piece of like corporate, what's the word? Just of corporate that there is, especially the way that it's been fine-tuned now and kind of brought to a point where it's not even hopeful anymore. It's so mired in red tape and like this offended culture and kind of like this reverse racism. Let's keep going.
We must crush parasitic Britain.
Yes, that's what I said,
we
parasites.
will restore long-term, stable, logical policy so that businesses can plan and invest and grow again. But Restore Britain is about much more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about who we are as a nation and who we are as a people. Britain is not just an economy.
You cannot lose your culture. You cannot lose your culture appeasing everybody else.
Britain is a people, our people, and Restore Britain will never allow that to be erased. We will celebrate our Christian heritage and the identity that built and shaped this country.
Responsibility, you're not supposed to say that.
Duty, and fairness. In short, a high-trust society. That will mean defending our culture. That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam.
Yeah, radical Islam, the religion of peace, right? Isn't that what they call it? The religion of peace?
That will mean banning the burqa, outlawing Sharia law.
Is there areas of England that has Sharia law like imposed? I don't know if like people are over there. I know it's as far as like a lot of Islamic people move to England, but I mean, just in a broad sense, yeah, he could be saying just like, we don't want anything to do with it, which I totally agree with. What I'm wondering is there actually areas that of like maybe like a Muslim neighborhood or something that they practice Sharia law? Because if that's crazy. It probably happens here in the United States too. Yeah, it probably does.
Blocking cousin marriages and
Elon Omar.
Reimposing our Christian-based rule of law. A Restore Britain government.
The cousins that overlaps
to ensure
brother and sister.
No halal or kosher slaughter on British soil. This is Britain, and we will do things our way. This political party now exists for one reason: to restore Britain. To make it a better, safer, and more prosperous place for British men and women to raise their families. It will be difficult, and it will be painful. But I assure you, it is possible. I hope you will consider joining me on this journey and becoming a member of our party. It is our country. It is now our collective responsibility to act. Together, we will restore Britain. Thank you.
Yeah, this is an actual Giga Chad. Now, I don't know exactly what his like background is. Is he a politician himself? I just saw his name. I don't remember his name. It is Rupert Lowe. So let's see if we can just find anything about Rupert here. Lowe. Does he have his own Twitter? I guess that's him. Yeah. So he does have some political background, it looks like. MP. Yeah, man, I think this is awesome. I think you guys have, you guys can really start a movement over there. And I really hope it kind of comes to fruition because I'm not like super deep into like English politics. I'm not super deep into English politics, but from everything I've seen, it's kind of a shit show over there. So I hope you guys really band together and kind of figure this one out because this guy's clearly onto something. This is all going very viral. Later.